All right, we're going to go ahead and begin, and we're going to be looking at our volume with unit cubed sheet. The direction says to choose all the figures that have a volume between 40 and 60. And I'm starting on page 2. So there's that. I guess I'll go ahead and flip it and start page 1. So sorry. Let's look at this one. This one's a little bit easier, so I do want to use this one first. This direction says choose all the figures that have a volume between 25 and 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the volume of the figure, and then if it has a volume between the numbers 25 and 40, then I would select. That is one of my answers, and of course it does say choose all. Hi Carla, I'm live for the first time. Hey Carla, I miss you. Anyways, so I'm going to go on and continue. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to count how many cubes there are going across. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my length, 5. And then I would count my width. So going back, I have 2. And my height, I have 1, 2, 3. So now I have my dimensions and I would just multiply. Again, volume equals length times width times height. And just plug in those numbers. 5 times 2 times 3. Now we talked about this today in class, and we'll talk about it throughout the unit, that anytime we're multiplying a factor, it does not matter the order in which we put our factors in. So you could do 5 times 2 first, or 2 times 3 first, 5 times 3. It really does not matter. So in this instance, I'll do 5 times 2 is 10, and drop down my times 3 to create an equivalent value. And now I can just multiply my next two numbers, and I get an answer of 30 cubic units, or 30 units cubed. We kind of talked about that a little bit with yesterday's. Either one works. Units cubed. But the purpose of this, is it between 25 and 40? And that is yes, 30 is between 25 and 40, so A works. Hi, Jonathan. Welcome. Facebook Live. I know it's not Facebook. Psych. YouTube Live. All right. So now, Jonathan, thank you for joining. I'm going to be looking at B, and what I'm doing with B is I'm determining, is this volume between 25 and 40? So I'm going to start out by counting my length. So my length, I have 2 units going across. Take a moment and count your width. How many do we have going back? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a width of 4. And now I would just count my height. So length is 2, the width is 4, and my height is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice that when I'm doing this, that I'm actually making little marks through each of the unit cubes. And I do that because I want to make sure that I don't accidentally count the same box twice or skip a box. So making those little marks kind of helps me to check off that I've counted them all only one time. So now I have my 3 dimensions, and again, you can multiply them in any order, but if I did my length is 2, times my width is 4, and then times my height is 4. Oh, what are you doing, Carla? Oh, they're multiplying and subtracting fractions. Oh, yay. I love it. How cool. I cannot wait. I totally need to take 6th grade. Ha! Yay! Yay! Such a dork. All right, so I'm going to go through now. And again, I can choose any order of my factors. So let's just say you chose to do 4 times 4 first because of whatever reason you like your doubles factors. Great. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then drop down your 2 times. And now you'd multiply 16 times 2. So 2 times 6 is 32. So drop down your 2 and you'd regroup a 3. 2 times 1 plus 3 more is 5. So I get 52 units cubed. I hope you get 100 subs soon. 100 subs? What are you talking about? Get 100 subs soon. John! Oh my gosh. So here is 52. Is it between 25 and 40? No, it's not. So that one does not work. Hey, Carla, just like a side note, sorry for everybody else who's listening. I was trying to explain to them today why we do not do the butterfly method of fractions. Oh my goodness, you will totally understand it now that you're in 6th grade. But I was like, guys, we don't do cheats. It doesn't work in 6th grade. So yeah, that's a total side note, but it was so funny. All right. So again, same thing with C. I'm going to go through. I'm going to count what is my, see, she just said, yes, it doesn't. See, everybody else should listen. Carla said it doesn't work. Don't do it. You will just like lose your mind. Oh, 100 subscribers. Yeah. No way. I'm 2 away. Wow, that's so cool. Thanks for sharing, John. Oh, 2 more subscribers. I'm going to have to get some tomorrow. That's exciting. So John just shared that I'm 2 away from having 100 subscribers. That's the craziest thing on earth. Oh, cool. All right, anyways. So when I look at C again, I'm going to count my length across. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Count back my width. I have 2. And go up my length. I have 1, 2, 3. And now I have my 3 dimensions to multiply. 4 times 2 times 3. So 4 times 2 times 3. Boom! Got it. 4 times 2 times 3. And again, any order doesn't matter. If you choose to do 4 times 2 because it's just there and you like that order, then you have that. And you get now 8 times 3 is 24. And again, cubic units or units cubed. And just as a reminder, one thing we've been talking about is that 3 represents that you just multiplied 3 numbers for your 3 side lengths of a 3-dimensional figure. So hopefully you'll remember what that 3 is coming from. And when we talk about units, we talk about I can find the volume of a figure by counting the amount of unit cubes that it would take to fill it. So again, now I have 24. Is that between 25 and 40? No, it's not. So it doesn't work. It's a little bit less than 25. Boom. They expect you to pick that as a distractor because you're kind of thinking 25. It's a little low. So nope, not going to work. Move on to D. Count. What is your length on D? Right, your length on D is 5. Count your width. Very good. Your width is 3. And your height is also 3. So again, you can now multiply your length times your width times your height. So now, in fact, you have your 3 numbers. And again, you could multiply them in any order. Maybe this time I'll do 3 times 3 first is 9. And now I can do 5 times. You know what, Carla? I just read your comment. So we were talking today about how tomorrow we're going to start working on base. Volume is equal to base times height. So that should be fun. Woo woo. Yeah, probably not. No, I'm just kidding. You know me, I love solving for unknown numbers, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so 45, and then, of course, units cubed, but the bigger picture is it between 25 and 40? And no, it's not. This is too high, so D does not work either. Let's look at E. Okay, what is our length? Right, our length is 2. Look at what is your width. What did you put in the wrong place, John? What is your width? Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that I counted up here. It doesn't matter. I can count my width here, here, or here. It really is just how many is it going back. So I could have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you put the 4 in the wrong place. Hey, you can do it in any order. It's all good. And I like how you were just, I'm just going to leave it. It's good. All right. And my height is 4. So now I have my 3 dimensions. And again, I can just write out 2 times 5 times 4. And of course, you can multiply those in any other order. So 10 times 4 is 40 units cubed. And I just keep putting that units cubed because I want you to understand that this is the answer for a 3-dimensional figure. So 40 units cubed, go back, check it. We're wanting an answer between 25 and 40. Does this work? Right, E does work as well. E has exactly 40, so we're good to go. It's right there within the parameters. And now we're going to look at the last one on the side. Count your length. What is your length? Right, your length is 3. And again, for my width, I can count here, here, here. I'm going to count here just because it's clear for me to see. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Poor lighting. I'm hiding in my stepson's room so that my young children don't think they need to be in here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 times 5, got my height, 1, 2, 3, 4. And boom, now I have my length times my width times my height. I count my height here. I could also count my height here. Doesn't really make a difference as long as you're going upwards. All right, so 3 times 5 times 4. Again, I can multiply them in any order. I'm going to actually multiply this one first. 5 times 4 is 20. The reason I chose this one first is because I know it will give me a nice basic fact to look at, because I can easily multiply 20 times 3. Why did you do the other side? Because I didn't. Which one are you looking at, John? What letter? Times 3. So this is going to give me a nice number, and I can easily multiply my basic fact and realize that this is 60, which is too high because I only wanted it to be between 25 and 40. I think John asked, why did I use another side? So when I'm counting my width here, I couldn't see this one as clearly, mainly because of the poor lighting in this room. I could have counted on the back of the page. I don't know why he's stuck that. He said something about the back of the page. I don't know. Because this one says page 1. I don't know if that's what you're asking me or not, but that one's page 1, so that's why I started with that one. Anyways, here I chose to count the width there. I could have counted it down here. The lighting wasn't as great, but it's still going to be the same number. I just want to see how far is it going back to depth. Okay, so I can look at the back of the page. I'm going to assume that you want to go over the back as well. So if you don't want to go on the back, you can leave, exit the room, whatever you want. But here's the back of the page. On the back, I'm on page 2 now. And on the back side now, I'm looking for dimensions between 20 and 40. Yep. Okay. See, and I almost started with page 2. So there you go. It's all good. All right. So, I'm liking this live stuff. This is really cool. All right. So I'm going to go through the same thing. Should do another one of these. Yeah. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to find what is my length, what is my width, what is my height. I'm telling you, Carla, they would love me in middle school. Don't spread that. My principal wouldn't like that too much. But anyways, no, she would. She's great. Who doesn't love it? But she would miss me. Let's be honest. Who wouldn't? I count my height, so there's a lot going up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8. So again, same thing. I'm going to multiply my 3 dimensions, 4 times 2 times 8. So length times width times height. And if you were to get confused and you weren't sure which one was the width and which one was the height or whatever, you mixed it for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, because again, it does not matter the order in which you multiply your. Oh no, I almost lost connection. Oh, well, that would stink. It would really stink if I lost connection, because then nobody could go back and watch it. That would be good. All right, anyways. So it doesn't matter what order in which we multiply them. So if you wrote them in the wrong order, it would be okay. So 4 times 2 is 8, and drop down your other times 8, creating that equivalent numerical expression. 8 times 8 is going to give you a final value of, doubles fact, 64. So if you said 16, that would have meant you added them instead of multiplied them. So just be careful. I'm sure on a test, 16 would probably be there as a distractor because they would expect you to do it. They are really good at knowing what to expect you to do. But anyways, we got 64. Does that work? Right, 64 doesn't work. It's too high. So then I'm going to move on to letter B. B, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is my width? Right, 2. And my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My height is 5 as well. And now I have my 3 dimensions that I can multiply. 5 times 2 times 5. Again, doesn't matter what order you choose to multiply them in. So I'm just going to do 5 times 5. Why not? Is 25 times 2. And I only chose to do that because I just really want you to see that you can multiply them in any order. It would have been actually easier if I'd have done 5 times 2 first. But anywho, 25 times 2. Am I going to do the science after? Psh, no, I'm not doing science after. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I would do the science just because you asked, John, but I didn't bring it home with me. But it's reading. Just read the passage. Look up your answers. You'll be okay. And you have until Friday with the science. Don't forget. I might actually maybe another night go over the backside where the answers are just for you. But no, really, I just want you to do well. So 50, does 50 work? Right, 50 is going to work perfectly. It's right in there between 40 and 60, so B does work. John, are you able to pick this up, though? Hopefully you're able to understand the concept that we're doing. And now I'm going to multiply across my length with height, so my length is 7. My width is 3. And my height is 3. So now I can do 7 times 3 times 3. Again, you can multiply in any order. I think I'm going to do my 3 times 3 first, and the reason is because that will give me 9 times 3, which is still a basic fact. If I do 7 times 3 first, it's going to give me 21, so it'll be a 2-digit fact, and I just would rather have a nice, easy, basic fact. 7 times 9. So 7 times 9 is what? Right, 7 times 9 is going to be 63. So does letter C work? Right, letter C does not work. It's actually too high. I want it below 60. It needs to be somewhere between 40 and 60. And again, think about placing that on a number line. It would be too high. Look at D. Look at what is your length. If you remind me, by the way, since you actually tuned in for the live feed, John, that I will do something special for you when I return back on. I guess you'll see me on Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Hopefully that's right. I'm going to double count it just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Yeah, perfect. 2 times 2 times 10. And I know you can do it in your head, but get in the habit of doing it over to the side. I know you could go 2 times 2 is 4 times 10. Totally got it. But some of them are going to be larger numbers eventually, so we want to get used to being able to write it out and solve it. But anyways, 2 times 2 is 4 times 10 is 40. Does letter D work? And yes, it does. John, just so you know, it's going to be a full-size candy. The other ones, they can compete for the little ones, but tonight you get a full size. Yay! All right, so look at letter E. And then letter E, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, look at you. You rock. So I think I just counted 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So my length is 6. My width is 2. Count your height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And your height is 6 as well. So again, 6 times 2 times 6. So let's do 6 times 2 is 12. and then drop down times 6. So now I have this equivalent value, an equivalent numerical expression, and now I'm going to multiply 12 times 6. Again, if you can't multiply it this way, you could always rewrite it going over to the side vertically. That's fine as well. You'd be doing 6 times 2 or 6 times 2. Good job, John. So 6 times 2 is 12, so I'll drop down by 2. And we're my 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. So does letter E work at 72? Right, 72 does not work. It is too high. So the correct answers for this one are B and D. Now, what I want to stress to you guys before I close out for the night is that yes, this did take a little bit of time here. It was not something that we were just able to do in 5 minutes. But going through and taking the time is what makes it right. And that's what makes us successful on tests. That's what makes us successful as we're getting ready for 6th grade. And as you will notice if you're reading through the comments that I did have a 6th grader in the room with us tonight. And she will tell you time and time again that every skill that you learn in 5th grade gets a little bit more higher level as you travel on to 6th. So I wish you all well. Please comment if there's anything that you need help on. Have a great night. And I will talk to you all again tomorrow night. And you're very welcome, John. Thank you for joining me for my very first live feed. Good night, guys.